Welcome to the part 36 of the Gregg Shorthand course. In this video, we're going to have a look at ing and ink. Alright, so in this video, we're simply going to see that how to make some words having the sound of ing or ink. Okay, so suppose we have a word called king here. So if you pronounce it goes like king. So if you can notice, we have this ing sound here. So let's see how we represent this ink. So it is represented by making the N stroke, and we will not be making the simple N as we have been making till now. We will be making the N which is slightly downward, which means a slightly downward slant N. So slightly downward slant N to represent our ink sound. Alright, so let's see if we make this N, it is made like this, a simple short stroke. But if you have to make this slightly downward slant N, it will be made simply like this. So you see, it's going a little bit down. That's why we have used this phrase slightly downward slant N here. Alright, because this is slant N and it's going a little bit down. So we will be making this N stroke which is going a little bit down to represent our ing sound. Okay, so now we have this king word. So this word can be made simply like this. So you see, first we have this K which is a short curve. Alright, and then we have this vowel which is E sound as in kit. As if you remember from the previous lessons, we have this small circle to represent our E sound or E vowel. Then we finally made this slant N which is a little bit going down to represent our ing sound. So this is K, then E, then ing. So this is our word king. Alright. In the same way, now suppose if we have another word called rang. Alright. So we can make the rang word simply like this. Alright, so see, this is our first of all R which is short curve, and then we have this A, this large circle which is A sound as in mat, if you remember from the previous lessons. So that's why we made this large circle or big circle without any dash or dot. Then we have this slant N which is going a little bit down to represent our ing sound. So this is R, A and ing which is rang. So we can simply call this as rang. So this is our word rang. Alright, so okay, so here we had this king, but now what if we have another word called pink this time? So if you pronounce it goes like pink, so we have ink sound now. So how we're gonna be representing this ink sound? So it's very simple. This is our ing. We use a slightly down slant N to represent our ink sound. So if you have to represent the ink, it's very simple. You just have to extend its length, which means that you have to make a longer stroke, which means we had to make the slightly downward slant N a little bit long. So this is our ing, and ink can be made simply like this. So you see, this one is a little bit long. This is longer than this one. Alright, so that's how you represent the ink. So we can make this pink word simply like this. So you see, here we used slant N, but this one is a longer, this one has a long length. This is a longer stroke. So here, so that's how we made this long stroke to represent our ink sound. So this is our P first of all, which is short curve. Then we have E sound, which is small circle as in kit, if you remember from the previous lessons. Then we have this longer slant N, alright, to represent our ink sound. So we can call this word as pink. Alright, let's take another example, like a word called like right now. Here we use rank, but what if we have another word called rank this time? So we will be making this rank word simply like this. So you see this one here we made our N with longer stroke. All right, so this is our R, then A as in mat, the big circle, then we have this long stroke, long slightly downward slant N with the long stroke to represent our ink sound. So this is our word rank. All right, let's take another word, like a word called, now so let's say, okay, like a word called ring this time. All right, ring. So we can make the ring word like this. This is our R, then small circle to represent our E vowel. Then we have this short stroke which is slightly downward slant N, because it's going down to represent our ing sound, ing. So this is our word ring. Now suppose we have another word called drink this time. So now we have this ink sound. So we can simply make this word by making D like this, then R, then like this. So this is our D, then we have short curve which is R, then E vowel, then we have longer slightly downward slant N with longer stroke to represent our ink sound. So we can call this word as drink. All right, so that's how you represent this ing and ink sound by making any word. For ing, you have to make the slightly downward slant N like this, and for ink you just have to make the longer stroke, the same slightly downward slant N with a longer stroke, which means like this. All right, or we can make this again like this. So this one is a longer stroke than this one. All right, so that's how you represent ing and ink sound in any word. So that was all about it, and I will see you in the next video.